Going to the South Pole by M. Lee. The Earth. North Pole. South Pole. The North Pole and the South Pole. People like to say that the Earth has a top called the North Pole and a bottom called the South Pole. The North Pole and the South Pole are cold, faraway places. For a long time, no one went to the North Pole or the South Pole. But in 1909, some explorers went to the North Pole for the first time. Explorers are people who travel to faraway places. After this, other explorers wanted to go to the South Pole. Getting to the South Pole. It was hard for explorers to get to the South Pole. The South Pole is in the middle of a place called Antarctica. Antarctica is a big island with water all around it. The water is very cold. Strong winds blow there. Antarctica is also covered by ice, or frozen water. The explorers had to travel over ice for a long time to get to the South Pole. There were no airplanes then. The explorers had to travel by land. The trip to the South Pole would be hard. It would be dangerous too, but two teams of explorers wanted to try. Sled. Two teams start a race. In 1911, two teams of explorers started a race to the South Pole. Roald Amundsen was the leader of one team. Robert Scott was the leader of the other team. Who would reach the South Pole first? Both teams used sleds. Sleds are small wagons for traveling on ice. The explorers on Scott's team pulled their sleds. The explorers on Amundsen's team had dogs to pull their sleds. Many explorers wore snowshoes, which are special shoes with webbed bottoms. Snowshoes helped the explorers to walk on snow. Sled. Dogs. Amundsen's team started first. They were lucky. There were no storms. The explorers on this team traveled quickly. But when Scott's team started, the weather was bad. It snowed. The wind started to whistle. The explorers on this team did not have dogs to pull their sleds. They were tired. Scott's team could not win the race. Flag. Tent. Leaving the South Pole. Amundsen's team reached the South Pole first. Amundsen put up a tent. He wanted to show that he was the winner of the race. In January 1912, Scott's team finally reached the South Pole. Scott saw Amundsen's tent. He knew his team was not the first. Scott's team turned around. It was time to go back. But now the explorers did not have enough food. The ice was slippery, and one man fell and hurt himself. Some explorers got sick. Snowstorm. Then there was a big storm. Scott's team was hungry and tired. The explorers had no more strength. Sadly, Scott and his men did not make it back home from the South Pole. Today, people still think of Robert Scott as a brave explorer. He went on a dangerous trip, but he did not give up. Ship. Shackleton. Ernest Shackleton. Ernest Shackleton was a junior or beginner explorer on Robert Scott's team. But Shackleton was sick in 1911. He did not go to the South Pole with Scott. Shackleton still wanted to go to Antarctica. He wanted to see more than the South Pole. He wanted to travel across all of Antarctica. He and a team of explorers left on a ship in 1914. Ship. Ice. On the way to Antarctica, something bad happened to Shackleton. The sea was full of ice, and his ship got stuck. The explorers could not steer the ship. They could not move. Shackleton's team needed to get off the ship. Otherwise, the men would die in the sea. Ship. Ice. Shackleton and his team got off the ship. Now the men were stuck on a big piece of ice. The ice floated on the water with the men on top. After a long time, it got warmer. The ice started to melt. The explorers got into small boats. Water splashed into the boats. The team did not have waterproof clothes. They were wet and cold. Boat. Then Shackleton's team saw an island, but there was no one there to help. Shackleton and 5 explorers got into a boat again. They went to look for help. The rest of the explorers waited on the island. There were storms on the sea, and Shackleton's boat was small. Would he find help in time? South Georgia Island. Shackleton sailed for many days. Then he found an island called South Georgia Island. People there helped Shackleton to save the other explorers. All the men got home safely. Shackleton did not make it to Antarctica, but people still think of him as a brave explorer. He saved his team from danger. Science Station. Today, scientists go to the South Pole on airplanes. The scientists want to learn about Antarctica. There is a science station in Antarctica named after Amundsen and Scott, the 2 explorers who first saw the South Pole. This timeline shows important dates from trips to Antarctica. The dates are arranged in order from first to last. Timeline. Trips to Antarctica. 1911. Amundsen reaches the South Pole. 1912. Scott reaches the South Pole. 1914. Shackleton leaves for Antarctica. 1915. Shackleton's ship is stuck in the ice. 1916. Shackleton finds South Georgia Island. Responding. Target skill. Main ideas and details. What details tell about this book's main idea? Copy the chart. The main idea is in the top box. Write 2 details about the main idea in the boxes below. Write about it. Text to world. Think about how the explorers traveled by ship and sled. What are some problems that explorers face when exploring Antarctica? Write a few sentences about one problem and give a solution to the problem. Target vocabulary. Finally. Junior. Otherwise. Slippery. Steer. Waterproof. Webbed. Whistle. Target skill. Main ideas and details. Tell important ideas and details about a topic. Target strategy. Infer, predict. Use text clues to figure out important ideas.
Genre. Narrative nonfiction gives facts about a topic.
Target vocabulary. Finally, junior, otherwise, slippery, steer, waterproof, webbed, whistle, target skill, main ideas and details. Tell important ideas and details about a topic. Target strategy. Infer, predict. Use text clues to figure out important ideas.
Genre. Narrative nonfiction gives facts about a topic.